Hello everyone and welcome back to RetroB8. In this episode we're going to be going back to the essential top 10. But rather than 10 different genres, I'm going to be showing you 10 homebrew games on the 8-bit micros that I feel you should be playing. So, without further ado, let's crack on with these 10. Galactic Tomb for the Amstrad CPC was developed by ESP Soft and has recently been made available in physical form from Bitmap Soft. The game is a run and gun style, quite similar to that of Turrican. You take control of an elite commander from the Imperial Army. Your mission is to retrieve magical objects from the tombs of the kings who once ruled these worlds in order to save the life of your ailing emperor. To finish the game, you will need to complete 3 different worlds in ascending difficulty. There is a volcano planet, a futuristic world and an underwater world. The graphics are really colourful and the game scrolls really well. Definitely one that you need to play on your Amstrad CPC. Next we have Millie and Molly on the Commodore 64. This game is developed by Below the Tower, whose main man is Carlton Handley. This game was published in a physical form by Bitmap Soft and even recently made it onto the Nintendo Switch. In the game you have to help Millie and Molly defeat the malicious monsters. You can climb, push and dig your way through 100 levels using your wits and the rewind power to clear each unique screen. The game has 5 different themed areas and has 8 fantastic SID tunes that will keep you relaxed whilst playing this immersive puzzler. As a bonus, it also comes with a level editor so that you can test your creations on your friends. Relentless is a shoot-'em-up from the creator of the excellent CPC blasters Star Saber, Sub Hunter CPC and Dead on Time, Paul Koistra. As you can see, the game itself is a side-scrolling shooter, but this just isn't any old shooter, because this game on the Amstrad scrolls beautifully and it looks absolutely gorgeous. To me, it reminds me of a mix between R-Type and Tron. The story goes that there's been an accident involving a large explosion that has ripped a hole between 2 dimensions, and from out the 7th dimension, a series of strange, unbelievable environments are projected along with streams of bizarre and aggressive beings, and of course, it's up to you to collapse the dimensional protrusions by blasting your way to the end zone. But watch out, because this enemy is relentless. Ooze was created by Andy Johns and released back in 2017, originally published by Bubblesoft. Please note, this is a Spectrum 128 game only, but you probably already knew that from the outstanding manic musical score which fits this game perfectly. In the game, you play as a slimy-like substance that can stick to any surface, called Ooze. The controls are simple, with the fire button changing gravity to allow you to stick to the floors or ceiling to get past all of the many enemies throughout the game, whilst trying to find the keys that have been scattered about. Potentially this could be a short game, but if you enjoy doing speedruns, then it could be great for you. If you're like me, then this is a game that you genuinely could complete. Pentacorn Quest is our second Spectrum Homebrew game so far, and again, this is a 128k game only. It was developed by Nightwolf Games and published by Phoenixware. This game is still available to buy in physical form for only £8, which was an absolute bargain. The game was originally released in 2015, but was subsequently updated in 2018 to include English. In the world of Pentacorn Quest, acorns are made of solid gold, and they have great power and magic, of course. This causes a dispute between the forces of light and darkness. The objective of the game is to find the 5 missing acorns, so off you go on your quest in this platform arcade adventure with 8 different styles of enemies to avoid, countless puzzles to solve, and a beautifully crafted world to discover. A truly excellent game on the ZX Spectrum that I absolutely love to play to this very day. The Shadow over Hawksmill is a Commodore 64 game released by Cytronic Software and was their 100th ever release. Created by the same team who previously made Rocky Memphis and The Legend of Atlantis, Icon 64 are back. You must journey to the rain-swept northeast village of Hawksmill to investigate the mysterious disappearance of all of its inhabitants. Ancient secrets and mysteries await you as you travel through the mysterious town. The game features an exciting mix of puzzle solving, adventuring and shooting. This really is a great game. The game features over 60 screens to explore. It's very atmospheric music, aimable weapons, traps and puzzles to solve, and it really does look the part. Redshift is a vertical scrolling shooter for the Spectrum 48 and 128K. It was developed by World 21 Soft and is available physically from publisher Bitmap Soft for £10. So the background story goes, you know what, does it really matter? This is just an absolute quality shooter, possibly my favourite 8-bit shooter of all time. It doesn't really matter what the story is because the gameplay here is absolutely fantastic. It's fast, it's responsive, it's hard, but with a great learning curve, fantastic music, it just makes this an absolute must-play ZX Spectrum homebrew game. The game features 5 awesome levels filled with countless enemy variations, multiple enemy shapes, structures, power-ups, an intro, configurable options. What else can I say? If you like shooters, and you know what, even if you don't, you've still got to try this game. Travel Through Time Volume 1 Northern Lights. It's a bit of a mouthful, but seeing as this is an absolute cracker of a racing game, we're going to let them off with that. The game is developed by Zosia, and it's a ZX Spectrum 128 only game. The game features 6 playable cars ranging from the 1950s all the way through to the 80s, but this game is a little bit of a difference, because this isn't just a racing game, it also has a story and some awesome cutscenes. During the game you will race various types of challenges that include time trial, duel, checkpoints, and also expect to race at night and in the snow. The graphics are superb with bridges, overpasses, tunnels and even road signs. This may be a little bit controversial, but to me this is probably the best racing game on the Spectrum, bar none. Aliens Neoplasma is a quite superb platformer published by the Sanchez crew in 2019. As you can see, this is not just another generic platformer. The detailed graphics and excellent soundtrack are all top class, making this game a truly immersive horror experience on your ZX Spectrum. The Aliens universe is one I greatly enjoy, but sadly never had a game worthy enough to play back in the day. The game itself scrolls perfectly. The animation of both the main character you play, the xenomorphs and even the facehuggers is just superb. Lots of guns, explosions, aliens to shoot, puzzles to solve, all crammed into a maze-like arena. This is just an awesome experience that any Aliens fans must try out. And well, here it is, the #1 homebrew game that I can recommend to you. And if you're lucky enough to own a Commodore 64, then Sam's Journey is an absolute must purchase. Coded by Knights of Bytes and released back in 2017, Sam's Journey is available on disc or cartridge only, although it can be downloaded to play on emulation and the Mini or Maxi. Sam's Journey is an original scrolling platform game where you play as our little hero Sam, who finds himself on an unexpected journey into a strange world. You must guide Sam through many different locations, such as the deep forests, hot deserts and frozen mountains to find hidden gems, discover secret passages, but you have to be aware of the creatures who of course are out to get you. Sam can run, jump, climb and swim depending on which outfit he wears. He will also have special enhanced powers which will help in certain parts of the game. Visually, the game is absolutely stunning. Beautiful animation alongside some of the best SID chip music I've ever heard means this game cannot be ignored and just has to be played to be believed. Recently, Sam's Journey was also made available as a NES game. Obviously it's not a patch on the 8-bit micros version though. Well, that pretty much wraps up this episode of the essential 8-bit micros homebrew that you should play. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have making it, because homebrew gaming on the 8-bit micros, the way that coders can now push the systems to their absolute limits, just never fails to amaze me. If you are, like me, interested in 8-bit micros, 16-bit machines like the Amiga, then possibly you could consider subscribing to my channel for future content like this. So, until next time, goodbye.